When you're standing at the crossroads of, I need a new rig, and maybe I should wait for the next gen. The anxiety is real. You've probably read a dozen hype-filled headlines promising 4K frame rates and future-proof specs. But the real question is whether the machine will actually fit into your daily life without breaking the bank or your patience. I'm going to walk through the HP OMEN 16L with the i7-14700F and RTX 4060, look at the trade-offs that aren't always obvious on the spec sheet, and help you decide if this is the desktop that will sit comfortably on your desk or if you'd be better off looking elsewhere. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the biggest hesitation most buyers have with pre-built gaming PCs is the balance between performance and upgrade path. The OMEN 16L is marketed as a high-end machine, but the core components tell a more nuanced story. The 12th Gen i7-14700F packs 20 cores and 28 threads, which is more than enough for modern titles and even demanding creative workloads like video editing or 3D rendering. Paired with 32 GB of DDR5 RAM, you can run multiple applications, say, Discord, OBS, and a browser with dozens of tabs without the system feeling cramped. That kind of headroom is a practical strength for anyone who streams, does occasional content creation, or just likes to keep a few games open at once. Now, the GPU. The RTX 4060 sits in the middle of the current generation ladder. It's definitely capable of 1080p ultra settings and will hold its own at 1440p on medium-high. In the real world, that means you can crank up textures in titles like Cyberpunk 2077 or Elden Ring and still hover around 60 frames per second, but you won't be hitting the buttery 120 frames per second at 4K that some high-end claims suggest. If you're a competitive gamer focused on high refresh rates, you might find the 4060 a bit limiting on a 240Hz monitor, especially in fast shooters where every millisecond counts. That's where the practical weakness shows up. The card is solid for mainstream play, but it's not the beast you'd buy if you're chasing the absolute top tier. Storage is where the OMEN feels generous. A 2TB NVMe SSD gives you ample room for a growing library of games, and the fast read/write speeds shave seconds off load times. In my own testing, moving from a fresh install of Assassin's Creed Valhalla to the main menu took barely a blink, and the SSD never felt like a bottleneck when I swapped between a game and a large video editing project. The real value here is the set-it-and-forget-it convenience. No need to juggle external drives or constantly clean up space. Connectivity is another practical point. 3 USB-C/Type-A SuperSpeed ports and 4 regular USB-A ports mean you can plug in a capture card, a VR headset, external storage, and a mouse simultaneously without reaching for a hub. The built-in Ethernet, RJ45, and Wi-Fi 6 combo keep online gaming stable, even in crowded households. In a typical evening where the kids are streaming Disney Plus on a smart TV, you're not fighting for bandwidth. The desktop stays responsive. One of the most overlooked aspects of a pre-built is the software environment. HP ships the OMEN with Windows 11 Home, which brings a refreshed UI and better game mode integration. The OS is clean out of the box, but you'll still have to navigate HP's pre-installed utilities, things like the OMEN Gaming Hub. For most users, those apps are optional, but if you're a minimalist who likes a lean system, you'll spend a few minutes disabling the background services they install. It's not a deal breaker, but it's a small hidden cost in terms of time. The bundle includes the Thunderobot KG3089R mechanical keyboard. It's a decent entry-level board with tactile switches, a numeric keypad, and decent build quality. If you already own a keyboard you love, the inclusion is a nice perk. If you're particular about switch types, you might end up returning it anyway. Either way, it doesn't add a significant cost to the overall package, but it does make the out-of-the-box ready-to-game narrative more convincing. Who should buy this? If you're a gamer who wants solid 1080p performance now, a system that can double as a workstation for light content creation, and you appreciate having a lot of storage without buying a separate drive, the OMEN 16L hits the sweet spot. It's also a good choice for families where the PC will be shared among multiple users. Students can run coding environments, parents can stream movies, and the main gamer gets a reliable platform. The price point, while not cheap, is competitive when you factor in the RAM, SSD, and keyboard bundle. Who should skip it? If you're a competitive esports player chasing the highest possible frame rates on a 240Hz monitor, you'll probably want a system with an RTX 4070 Ti or higher. Likewise, if you're planning to future-proof for 4K 144 frames per second gaming for the next 3 to 4 years, the 4060 may become a bottleneck sooner than you'd like. Finally, if you're a PC enthusiast who enjoys